Hey there, guys. What is up? Welcome back, everybody. Hope you can hear me loud and clear. Yeah, just making sure this is the mic icon. Hello, testing, testing. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. I hope you can hear me live well on the microphone. But yeah, this is a Samsung Q2 microphone, so I hope you can hear me loud and clear. If anybody can hear me, hold on. Let me just see. This is working and all, and. Yeah, okay. I think yeah, okay. I just hope this is picking up on what we can do, and I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. So anyway, welcome back to Star Cinema's Hostman. It is me, Gabriel the Hostman. I wish I had added like an intro theme in for this if I have to. I'm gonna like turn it down a little bit, because again, I don't want it on YouTube to be copyright. But here's a snippet of like the theme that I think most people might recognize. Yeah, okay, that's all I could play. It's really like low. For those of you who don't know, that was a Cartoon Network cartoons Friday nights. If anybody remembers that, if you remember Cartoons Fridays from the past 2004 or days, where it was sort of like a talk show, but it was also the new episodes of Cartoon Network from back in the day, then I think you'll understand. So anyway, welcome back. So I know it's been a while, and I've only made like three live streams so far, are because again I'm trying to experiment what this can do and stuff, and I'm also gonna experiment right now with share screen, because again I'm new at this, because most of the time I've been uploading new episodes. If you guys seen my last episode with recently with Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then the episode of what I made on the Odyssey. Hey, so again, and let me know what your thoughts down below on the comments, and please welcome, and also please make sure to like and subscribe the show. And yeah, we're just gonna chat and keep up with the movie news updates, and like yeah, we're gonna have a fun time. Leave your comments there, or put the hashtag live stream hashtag movie podcast movie review, and this is me, the host man himself. So yeah, so let's get right to it. So for today's topics, or tonight's topics, as we could say, because it's like 7:45 here, we're going to be talking about one of the recent news events right now, which I'm gonna try and share the screen a little bit, and that is what we have is the Marvel news. Now we've all know how that's been going so far, and so far with the Marvel right now, which we've already made the announcements like a few weeks ago. The stars of Avengers Doomsday unveil new footage poster of Doctor Doom. I mean, look at this. This seems like we all know the trailer, the special look in theaters trailer, which we all know how that's going. You have to admit, that's a bit of a cool, sort of a behind the scenes look on what we saw in the trailer, because you have to admit, it does look pretty cool. Oh, because we all know that Doctor Doom is the main villain, the Fantastic Four are there, and then the new Avengers are going to be there, and then we also get to see parts of the X-Men there, Robert Downey Jr. And it says Downey was joined on stage by fellow MCU veterans Chris Evans and Haley Atwell, who will be returning to the films as Steve Rogers as Peggy Carter. The actors tease their comeback after the two heroes seemingly slow dance off in the sunset together. So yeah, there's the cast. So we have Captain America, and we also have Iron Man as well, and then we also have Peggy Carter, and then there's Kevin Feige right there. Yeah. Hugh Jackman, I think we all know, made an on-off screen with Ryan Reynolds crashing to the soundstage with as Deadpool, and Hugh Jackman's giving an idea, thinking he'll come back as Wolverine, and then Ryan Reynolds coming back as Deadpool. And the film's gonna star like as you can see, it's like he just got up on the like message just to say hi everybody, and just say, yeah, I want to come back as Deadpool and Wolverine, and yeah, I want to have fun with it. So please, Kevin Feige, please introduce me to. I feels like now most of the Marvel updated news is kind of predictable. Don't you agree? Most of the stuff is kind of being predictable all these days. It's like everybody always has these Marvel fan theories, and you just know exactly how that's going to go. I mean, it's a little ridiculous, but I think it's pretty cool the way they do things, you know. Oh, but you just have a good idea that whatever happens, or whatever you think is going to happen, it's going to happen. It's almost like it's not predictable, but it's almost like it's, you know what? I take that back. It's mostly pretty much predictable. So anyway, So this is what Eddie says here, and then we get to see the awesome Doomsday poster, which I have to admit, Robert Downey Jr. looks pretty cool in the suit. So I do. Don't get me wrong. I do miss Julian McMahon when he played Doctor Doom in the 2005 edition of the Fantastic Four. But I'm giving Downey Jr. a chance, even though if we all remember when he was like announced from like back in the day, we kind of just felt like really you could have in that trailer that we saw, it would have been 10 times more or been like anticipated if you did not say a word on who is going to be Doctor Doom. Like keep the actor hidden and then just premiere the movie. And then I'm just sure if there's a scene in the film where Doctor Doom unveils himself and it's Robert Downey Jr. playing the role, that would have shocked audiences. But if you remember from like a year ago back, Robert Downey showed up at Comic Con and he revealed himself and he says, "I liked playing difficult certain characters." I just think it kind of ruined the anticipation a little bit. And again, I just wish they would have just showed him on the movie without revealing anything. So that's one of the Marvel news. And oh, let's see if you like this. Ryan Gosling announces that he is Ghost Rider. Announced during Marvel's Age panel. I'm reading from the articles right here. Ryan Gosling will star as the titular motorcycle riding hero with Sean Levy directing. And Gosling then told the audience that only one director could bring Ghost Rider to the screen, welcoming Levi to the screen. The two are currently working together on the upcoming Star Wars Starfighter film that is going to be released next year, May 20th, 2027. And as Ryan started talking about his version for his character, we started off riffing like previous Marvel series, and then finally said, "Bro, let's ride." So guys, we'll see you in 2028. So there's Sean Levy, there's Ryan Reynolds, there's Kevin Feige. I will say this: I'm anticipated for this film a bit. I just wish personally the casting should have been at least Keanu Reeves. I just think he's just perfect for the role because I've always seen him in interviews saying that he would love to play Ghost Rider or be in a Marvel film, and I just think that makes sense because I always see him talk about being on motorcycles and he has a big motorcycle collection, and I just think that why not? That's perfect casting. I could literally see Keanu Reeves playing that role, except it's not, and it's Ryan Gosling. Which this seems interesting because he's played like a dark character before. That's sort of a quote unquote racer driver. I mean, if we've seen him in Drive, we know that this guy has range, and I think he could do it. But it's like, Gosling's a good actor overall, so I'm just like, all right, we'll see what he could do. Sean Levy's directing. I don't know if he's gonna bring too much humor into it because he's a dark arc like vigilante sort of a guy, and what to say. Let me know again what your thoughts below on this. And again, I just really hope that uh, that just make it accurate. Try to make it a little darker, a little bit more like crime ridden, sort of like okay, what about this? Take the concept of, or better yet, not the concept, the environment of Training Day and Menace to Society mixed with Ghost Rider. Put that ad together and let's see how that goes. Either way, Gosling's gonna be in a CGI skull or like costume a bit. So maybe that won't be a distraction. Actually, I do think Nicolas Cage's version was a little bit off at the time. If you guys remember the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, I just hope this one, the new one coming out, is a better improvement. All right. Now for the big reveal news is Marvel Studios unveils X-Men cast. Sadie Sink, which we all just witnessed, is Jean Grey, as we saw from the Spider-Man film. Spoilers. Kid Connor is Cyclops. Christopher Abbott is Professor X, and then the big one, Ende Narvarte. That's right, the star from freaking Obsession is going to be playing Rogue. Maya Bond on is going to be Storm, and then Adam Driver is going to be Mr. Sinister himself. So now we get to see Adam Driver get to play another iconic villain. So this is an interesting take. The only like sort of miscasting that a lot of people were assuming is, Indy Navarre. She's going to play Rogue. I was really hoping she would maybe play the part of Shadowcat, which in recent interviews she did say she would love to play Mystique, and I thought that would have been good casting too. And we kind of all agree Kaylee Spaney should have been perfectly cast as Rogue, but This I'm a little concerned about. Nothing against Andy Navarrete as an actress. I mean, she did an amazing performance in the film Obsession, but I just honestly, God, I have no fucking idea what they're thinking. I just like, really? You could have just picked Kaylee Spaney? I just thought she had to look perfectly as Rogue. I just hope, like, as long as she has, like, her beauty, her sass, her, like, southern charm, if Indy Navarrete can pull that off, then maybe she could sell off a performance for us. So I don't know what I don't know what they're doing right now, and I know the guy directing the X-Men film, it's the same guy who directed Thunderbolts. That is Jake Schreier, and it's like, I just, you can see the Hall H and there's the logo. It looks cool. I was hoping they can add at least Jubilee to the role. If you guys are fans of the character Jubilee, or if you guys remember the X-Men 1992 series, Jubilee is a important part of the X-Men team, and so why not add her into the mix? But I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. I've always been I've been a fan of the X-Men films a bit. I do like the characters, though. I was never huge on the X-Men comics till like recently, but I did like the X-Men films with Brian St. Anger and all. I thought X-Men 1 was underrated too. I really love X2. Days of Future Past 3, Last Stand, we can all admit that was shit. And then, I thought Logan to me was like the perfect conclusion of the saga in general. Even though it's not technically a quote unquote X-Men film, it's a Wolverine solo film, but I always felt it sort of like connects to the story a little bit, and I thought that was done. So with this reboot of the X-Men, and to be honest, I didn't really care about the X-Men origin stories with the quote unquote prequels, because we all know that turned out shit with uh let's just say Dark Phoenix, and then with Apocalypse. Some people are mixed with Apocalypse, but I mean, I thought it was okay. It would have been nice if the character Wolverine's in it, and it's the grown-up version of the X-Men. So I'm interested in seeing what this new take of X-Men's gonna do. I hope Chris Abbott pulls it off, being Professor X, Adam Driver too, and I hope Rogue is good. And again, many of you are wondering, hey, there's no Wolverine in it. Maybe they're probably setting him up for the sequel. Now, I know they've been like some news and talk about saying, and like Henry Cavill, which I think in another recent news said he is currently in talks with Marvel. They don't specifically say what character of Wolverine, or if it's like another supervillain. I'd be surprised if he plays like Magneto or something. That'd be impressive. But if he does play Wolverine, I will be surprised. But if not, if they could find an upcoming new actor, like under the radar to find Wolverine, then that's great. I mean, that's how they found Hugh Jackman the first time. Just hire like all new, fresh new faces of like young actors under the radar, or who's never been heard before. Get them to play the roles instead of like big names. I always like when movies cast like unknown actors for like big stars, big character names. So anyway, so I'm excited for that. And let's see. Ryan Coogler announced his third Black Panther, and it's David Johnson to star, and he's going to play T'Challa's son with also Winston Duke, like Tita Wright, and like, yeah, everybody's coming back. Ryan Coogler's coming back to the picture. They're honoring, Chadwick Boseman's legacy. Rest in peace, man. And yeah, I think this is gonna be good. I Black Panther 2 I thought was all right, but I just like the first one overall with Chadwick Boseman. I mean, the guy was Black Panther, and he made the role. But David Johnson, he seems like a good choice to me to play the son. I did like him in the film The Long Walk with him and Cooper Hoffman. I thought he was a really good actor in it, and also in Alien Romulus. So I just thought, like, all right, good casting. Let's see what he does though. All right. So that's the end. So that's the end for the Marvel news and stuff. However, there's also other things I also want to talk about. As we could see in the Hold on, I'm gonna pull all this share screen up. Let me know more in the comments below if anybody else is interesting, or what do you tell me your thoughts on the Marvel films or whatever Marvel news is you wanted to figure out. I do like Kit Connors as Cyclops a bit, even though I really did like James Marsden playing the role, but I felt like they kind of like underappreciated his character throughout the whole series. But at least it's cool. James Marsden's coming back for Cyclops in Avengers Doomsday, so I thought that's gonna be really good. He gets to wear the iconic suit. To me, that's fucking. To me, that looks fucking cool. To me, I just thought he was Cyclops, but I can't wait to see Kent Connor's version of Cyclops and Sadie Sink's Jean Grey. Hopefully, they'll have this romantic relationship they have with the characters, and I hope they play Cyclops play becomes really the team leader for the X Men as well. All right, the next thing I also want to talk about is, which is also on the IMBD news. Now, for any of you anime fans, this is just a rumor, okay? Charles Melton is in talks for a Naruto movie as Kakashi Hatake. He's closely talked to, and Destin Daniel Cretton, and the same guy who recently directed Spider-Man: Brand New Day and the live-action Naruto film. The news comes amid speculation that Milton will be announced to join the X-Men, and at last week's D23 convention, the global Naruto casting search began last month to find the live-action versions of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, the manga and popular anime. Follow the adaptations who dreams of becoming the community the serve Hokage. Yeah, I did see the show Naruto from back in the day. It's one of my favorite animes. I don't know if this is good at casting and all because just the whole idea of Naruto in general, making it a live action movie. I think I was hoping maybe it could do like a live action series, like recently what they're doing with One Piece now. This for a movie, it's like I don't know how they're gonna do this. Are they gonna take? They're probably gonna take 3 volumes into one whole 3 hour act. And I'm also just worried if this is gonna flock when when it's from anime to live action adaptation. That's very hard to do. And the casting wise, now listen, this might get a little controversial. Do we prefer all Asian actors because it's made by a Japanese like manga source material, or can we just cast as anybody? Like I don't know, Naruto should be black and Sakura is a white girl, and Sasuke, I don't know, is a Mexican guy. I don't know. Honestly, personally, to me, I want to be faithful. I would cast if I was the casting director or if I was the director as well. I would just cast actors but at least for the right roles. But I want to be faithful to the characters, like maybe description wise. Maybe I could tweak in some stuff a little bit, but as long as they have a good performance wise, maybe some of the appearances should work well. I just hope they have good performance and maybe they could bring the character to life. And I just want to be faithful to the source material. Like for example, David Cornswet, I thought was perfect casting when he was cast as Superman. It's not like you're gonna get I don't know Michael B. Jordan to play Superman because it's like again I know maybe there's a different version where he's black and all, but I just want to be again I just want to be faithful to the character to the casting wise. But David Cornswet, I just thought was perfect casting because he literally looked the part, and can literally act the part, almost like what Christopher Reeves is. So for this Charles Manton, I mean it's okay, but I'm not really sure. Maybe they could get an Asian actor to portray Kakashi, but we'll see. I'm just really surprised a Naruto film is going to be in the making or not. But to be honest, though, I hope it really doesn't. Maybe try it again from a live action like for Netflix or maybe HBO. Or I can imagine Crunchyroll starts making live action attempts and making it to a series and stuff. Because again, it's very hard. Not many people will know Naruto or the anime fans, and they have to cater to the broader modern audiences, and sometimes they won't know. And I'm worried they're going to change the writing or maybe improve the writing because the Naruto show does have some flaws writing on the characters and shows and stuff. But I'd be surprised. I'm going to be patient with this one, but I'm not sure if this is going to go anywhere. All right. So now that we covered that part, the last thing I want to go to on the agenda is the elevate your entertainment. And the reason why I am going to there, hang on, let me change the viewing, share screen. The last thing I want to talk about is the re-releases. I've been going to a lot of re-releases lately in theaters. Like when I saw recently Stand By Me on the 40th anniversary from like uh months back, not 40th, it was like 30th anniversary. It was really great. It was really like fun watching that film on the big screen. And I do remember seeing the Spider-Man film with the Sam Raimi trilogy a year ago, back in theaters 2 years ago, and I remember seeing Star Wars Episode 3. So these are the movies that are going to be re-released, and mind you, one of them is I did not expect to get a re-release, and one of them, okay, that makes sense, and that is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That I'm really surprised that it's getting back as a re-release for 30th anniversary, 35th. And what can I say? Terminator 2 to me is by far one of the best sci-fi action films of all time. It's one of the best. I can name a couple of them, but this is one of them. Best sequel ever made. The plot got better. Like the script writings, they were able to take it to the next level. The visual effects still hold up to this day. The casting, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger's the Terminator himself. He is by far he is by far the role he was born to play. And speaking of T2, which that will be released next week on the 28th of August to September 2nd. And believe me, I'm gonna go see it with my own eyes because I always want to know what it was like and when it was released in theaters back in '91. And let me know what your thoughts if you saw Terminator 2 from back in the day, in 1991. And speaking of that, I have the collection of the entire Terminator series of every one of them. So I have Terminator 1. This is the special edition on DVD. As you can see, here's a cool like metallic cover of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here's the back part of it too. So, yeah, I do like Terminator 1's a classic. It feels more like a science fiction horror film than sci-fi action. There's some action sequences here. The practical effects by Stan Winston, they're amazing to this day. The writing too. I mean, Terminator 1, hell, it's even perfect for a Halloween film. Ah, you're gonna like this one. Here's Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I've seen this film many times, but I want to see this in theaters. But over here, this is the ultimate edition. If you can see right here, here, trying to hope the camera gets it right. So yeah, here it is T2 Judgment Day. Hey, and the cover looks classic. Hopefully, maybe I can update it to a 4K version, even though there's some people are mixed with 4K to the picture quality. But this is fine as long as the movie still works and it's still in good picture quality. Then that's fine. And for the Ultimate Edition, it also includes deleted scenes never before seen. 6 hours of content on the one DVD, 40 special features, including never before seen footage that is direct like in the film. You don't have to go to the main menu and go to the deleted scenes. So the deleted scenes are already in the film, and they're great extended sequences scenes that are in the film that I wish it would have been a theatrical cut. And hopefully, when the movie's re-release is going to be on the theaters, I hope it's the extended edition and not the theatrical cut, which is okay too. But I hope they play the extended edition, and it also includes a 32-page collector's booklet. And let's see, as you can tell, I don't have the booklet, because it's like shit. So I got these films from eBay from back in the day, and I was hoping maybe it would have the booklet, and it doesn't have it. Fuck. So yeah, T2, and then okay, this is probably my own opinion, my personal opinion on this. And this is Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, directed by Jonathan Masto. Arnold is back as the Terminator as a T-850, and this was his last film before he went into politics and stuff. And Nick Stahl is John Connor, and Claire Danes as Catherine Brewster, and then Cristiano Logan as the T-X, as the main bad guy Terminator. Okay, I said here's the thing. I did a review on all the Terminator films from like back in season 2 or 3, and you can find it online. Just go to my links below on my audio podcasting casting of the show, and I did a review on all of them. And oh, they're gonna hate me for this, but fuck it. Okay, Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. I actually enjoyed it. I'm just gonna say it out loud. I actually liked this film. Yes, it's not as great as T2. There's some visual effects I did like. Like my favorite scene overall from this film is the crane truck chase sequence in Terminator 3. I thought that was a big step up, and I thought it was a cool like chase sequence is with John Connor driving the truck and the TX is in the back of the TX, and then Arnold is hanging on the crane just smashing the building. I thought that was epic and stuff. But the one thing I did like about Terminator 3 is just the last scene in the film. Spoilers, that took balls to do it. It's a ballsy ending where they try to shut Skynet down and it doesn't. Because, oh, in a way, they were supposed to survive it. They're literally, Judgment Day happens in July 7th, 2003, and they're in the shelter as the bombs fall. And it's just like this really beautiful monologue by John Connor who just says, the Terminator knew. He tried to tell us he wouldn't listen. The future has changed or not, but I don't know. But he taught me one thing is to never stop fighting and never will. And the battle has just begun. I thought that was a really good ending. I believe maybe not at the time, but people thought like, oh, is there going to be a sequel? Or maybe, just maybe, the way that I see it, it ends as a cycle to the first Terminator film, and then two being like the last one. Like it just leads right back to the first one. And I thought that was an interesting take. A lot of people might like this ending now because I always see people rewatch this film, and there's some other people that like it because it's playing on TV many times. And yeah, I thought this was good. I like T3. It's not great as T2 again, but I thought it was very entertaining. And now we have Christian Bale's Terminator 4 Salvation. This is John Connor. If you are listening to this, you are the resistance. Yeah, I know that's a crappy Christian Bale impression. T4 Salvation. I remember this film, the trailer when it first came out back in 2009. A lot of my friends and people thought this was going to be like an action-packed Terminator film, even though Arnold was not reprising his role because he was governor at the time. But Christian Bale as John Connor, I thought was good casting, and I went to see it. It was not that great. However, what I did like in T4 is they did something different. They didn't try to do the whole time travel back in time sequence. They were literally in the future where John Connor's trying to blow up Skynet with the fuel cells, and it's like it's him going on a solo mission. Sam Worthington as the Marcus as the hybrid Terminator. Honest to God, he's okay, but I just didn't buy Sam Worthington as an actor. I liked him in Avatar. I just had a hard time him trying to be this human half cyborg Terminator kind of a guy. I just didn't buy the plot. Was just kind of like felt short to me. Again, I like the concept of the post-apocalyptic war of the Terminator series, where we actually get to see the war against Skynet and the machines. And that I wish they could have made it a full series as that, focusing on at that realm. And I thought the movie could do that, and then it doesn't. So yeah, that's my entire collection of the Terminator series. It's the Terminator, as we like to call it, the quadrilogy. Like if I had to, I'll just say the fourth film just leads right back to the first film. Again, I just think all of this as a cycle. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, what about Genesis and Dark Fate? We're not going to talk about that because let's just face it, Genesis was god awful garbage. Dark Fate, they fucking ruined the franchise. It's like fucking just burn it. It's like, why the fuck did you have to like kill off John Connor, Dark Fate? You just made a lot of terrible mistakes. It's the franchise is fucking dead. Let's just face it. Again, if you want to see my review on all the Terminator films, go to season 3 of my podcast on the audio links, and then you'll find everything there. Now, let me go back to the last thing I want to talk about for the live stream is so Two is going to be re-released back in theaters, and then there's the Hunger Games trilogy. I do remember seeing the Hunger Games from back in the day. I saw the first and the second one in theaters, but I didn't really care about the third one because I just had a good idea. It was predictable on how it was all going to end. And for those of you that read the books and all, you guys might I enjoyed it. I think I only read the first one, but here's the thing. I noticed at that time, around 2010-ish, I think, all these teen dystopian films were becoming a big, like, popular fad in a way. Like almost every single film, like The Sixth Wave, is always a post-apocalyptic. The teenage girl has to save the entire universe from a corrupted dystopian world, and there's this love interest. And I just feel like all the actors were not really that memorable. Even though Jennifer Lawrence was like her big break role on this one, and then there's also like Divergent. It just has like the same concept over and over again. It's like it's like at that time, Hunger Games was like sort of like the formula for those kind of books. And I don't know if teenagers really like those films. I just remember Divergent flopped and never finished, and then the sixth wave, I think flopped, and then there was like another sci-fi like science-fi like action film. I think it was like crap, I don't remember, but it always had like a same concept with a group of kids that's trying to take out dystopian world. It's like all those films at the time, they were just recopying the same as the Hunger Games. And either way, I didn't really care about the Hunger Games after like part two or during part two and three, because I just felt like I was getting old, kind of the story wise. I only went to see it because my friends wanted to see it because I think they were fans of the book, and I thought it was all right. It's nothing huge, but if you guys like it, then yeah, go watch the Hunger Games. So so that's also getting re-released and all throughout September 4th to 5th. Now, okay, again, I said in the beginning this might be a controversial take, and here's the thing: I didn't even know this was gonna get a re-release. Okay, I really didn't think so, and it's not really a movie that many people will go see, and that is the Passion of the Christ. I mean, the Transformers movie, that's gonna do well, 40th anniversary, so maybe I might get a chance to see that September 17th or October 1st, but The Passion of the Christ. Oh, shit. Okay, again, I'm just saying this because this is just my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me or not. The Passion, it's not really a film that many people are gonna go see. I mean, it's for those of you who are religious or not, I'm sure that you guys will see it, or if you might not see it at all. But this is a film which is for those of you who haven't seen it, it is basically the last 12 hours of Jesus Christ getting tortured to death. It's one long torture porn film in a way, and a little bit historically accurate or not, even though there were some controversies at that. Listen, I'm not gonna get into this religious stuff because I don't do politics or religion or any of that shit. And even if I was religious, I would not care if that movie is gonna offend people. But mostly, I don't. It's not a film I would watch because it's because really there's no plot when it's just torture porn. I mean, you don't pay 3 hours of a guy getting tortured for hours of film. Again, some people are gonna cry about this, and some people might want to go see it just because maybe filmmaking wise. But to me, it's not really a Mel Gibson's best work. He kind of committed career suicide with this, along with Jim Caviezel. Like my favorite film from Mel Gibson's, I personally think are masterpieces, is Apocalypto and Braveheart. Those are like his best films to me. I even thought his first film, The Man Without a Face, was really good. But Passion of the Christ, that's like a nah, no low blow, And I'm sure other critics and audiences will agree too. It's like, I mean, it does have maybe some filmmaking aching like techniques they were doing story wise. I mean, the flashbacks of Christ, what he did leading to his deathbed. It would have been nice if it was just a one long biopic about his life and stuff. But then just focusing on the last hours of his death when it's nothing but brutal torture, which I kind of think that's what most Mel Gibson are like these days. I don't know if this is part of his like sort of like his quote unquote thing. But you know how like every director has like a theme or like a film technique he does. Mel Gibson just likes physical torture porn in all of his films. I mean, think about it. In Lethal Weapon, he likes to do torture sequences, and in Braveheart, he likes to be tortured a lot on and Redemption. And on The Passion of the Christ, it's just full on torture. And in Apocalypse, though, there's a torture sequence with the sacrifice sequences and violence and brutal. It's like he just likes in every film he does, it's just torturing himself or his characters and be violently brutal. I believe it's like, Jesus, what the hell is he doing? So I recommend you don't see The Passion. Just watch it on DVD or not. Or better yet, it's not a movie that you would rewatch over and over again. It's not a film you would see with your friends or family. And it's just like, I just don't buy it. Now, at the time when it was released in 2004, it was the highest R-rated box office grossing film of all time. And years later, that was broken when Ted was released. And then after that, it was Deadpool. And now it's Deadpool Wolverine is considered the highest R-rated film, highest grossing film of all time. But now, since then, speaking of that, someone broke that record, and I'm just looking through my iPad here. Christopher Nolan said star-studded epic film The Odyssey has shattered major records, grossing an incredible 1.352 billion dollars worldwide. The milestone officially crowns it as the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. So you could see right here, it has broken the record. So now the Odyssey holds it. So take that, Passion and Deadpool. That's being the record. I really like the Odyssey. I knew the Christopher Nolan was going to make a serious film with this, and yeah, there's a little bit of controversies, but it's not like huge because I trusted him. I knew that was going to be a really really top chart hit movie, and then another box office number is Sony's Spider-Man Brand New Day has grossed over $2 billion worldwide. So it's a little bit beating the Odyssey, following a record breaking domestic opening of $360.1 million July 31st. It stands as the fastest film to cross $800 million domestically and Sony's highest grossing film of all time. As you can see here, Spider Man is completely dominating the charts at the box office. So yeah, I'm proud of both of those films. I did like The Odyssey and Spider-Man: Brand New Day. You can check out my reviews right now on the playlist on any audio or video platform. And yeah, so there you have it, guys. That'll be it for the live stream. It's been speaking for a half hour now. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts below. Even though this live stream will be done, but you can leave your comments and thoughts below on what you thought out of those films and what you thought of the movie news. Did you agree with me or disagree with me? Are you going to see Terminator 2 back in re-release theaters? Or are you going to see The Hunger Games? Do you think the casting for Marvel and the upcoming Marvel films are going to be great? Do you think the casting for Kakashi in the Naruto film is necessary? Is it even supposed to be real? And what are your thoughts on the box office numbers for Spider-Man and the Odyssey? Let me know what your thoughts down below. And as usual, you know, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at stars underscore Hostman, where I keep updated. I release new episode clips for new episodes where are being released on Instagram. Again, stars underscore Hostman, and you can follow me on that. Follow my podcast and the show with the links to the down below on my channel, which is again Star Cinema's Hostman. You can follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all the podcasting platforms, and including right here on YouTube. And yeah, and yeah, don't forget to email me as well at gflickexperience@gmail.com for any questions, comments, or collaborations below. Leave your comments down below. And yeah, it was nice having fun being on the live stream. Hopefully, we could do more soon. And so, yeah, I think that's it. So, as usual, uh, hopefully trying to figure out how to end this. Here it is. Sorry about that. So just keep on listening to me, the host, man. And yeah, keep on listening to the show and spread the podcast, the word to every living like platform on the earth. So as usual, this is Gabriel the Hostman saying to you all, good night, everyone.